Welcome back, Ape family. Glad you decided to stick with us on the next video to where I can show you how we have taken Astro's cycle pattern theory, overlaid it with today's price action so we can predict where this stock will be going. The first box I want to mention is the fractal time frame. We had to first identify exactly where we were at. We did that around November, right here, November, say 14th, I think it was, or 15th. Once we identified that, we watched every single day as each candle was established, and rather it would follow the same pattern as Astro's theory, and it did. We watched each candle form, and we get down here to the end of the fractal time frame, and that's where I got nervous. I said, okay, this is where we're going to find out if this is true or not. Over here in the old version, in the consolidation box, we lost volume. We stuck around the 40s, the 39s, the 43s in volume, 43 million volume. But then after it consolidated for a minute, volume picked back up and we got 160 million volume and then a 249 million volume and so forth until we had an explosion. We ended up with 1.4 billion volume inside of our volume box. Then we exploded out of that and we moved up to $20. Over here, if price action was the same, we should follow the same pattern. We followed each candle as it was developed. It came down here to the black line, which was the end of our fractal time frame. And sure enough, as shit stinks and water's wet, we lost volume. We ended up with 50 million, 60 million, 45 million, 47 million, and we consolidated in this area. With that understanding, we also realized that after the consolidation, we would drop down onto our low, which in the old pattern was $1.91. And holding true to today's, it's going to be between 19 or 20. We fell down to 20. I knew that was it. I said, it's not going to go any further. At this point, I'm going to be honest, for complete transparency, I figured this, we've had it from here to here and that things were going to hold steady. So I bought a call option just to put my money where my mouth was. Then we ended up with a doji candle and another one where we lost volume. It's also represented over here. And we knew we was right again. Because inside of this volume box, you have to blow them up big, it had a doji candle. And over here, in our volume box, we ended up, you see that? With that doji candle. So I said, yeah, this call option is going to print. Sure enough, volume hit back into 144 million. We shot up to 30. I knew it was going to do that. I knew it was going to do that because I'm following a fractal pattern. So let me make understanding this fractal pattern and how you can draw this on your own chart. Let's get it small. Let's come over here. The secret here that I discovered was in percentages that it fell down to $1.91. So what I done was I just moved my decimal place over, and then moving my decimal place over, I got the total of 1910. So I figured that if it fell, which it did, it was going to fall to either $19 or $20, and that would be the end of the fall. At that point, I bought the option call. And 3 days later, Friday, I called out. We're fixing to have more volume. We're going to push up into the 30s, possibly 40. And there would be a battle probably at the 30 for max pain. If we win, we would push up to 35 or 34. And if we lost, we'd come back down to 29. That's exactly what happened. So we knew we was on the right frame. All right, we know we're right. So the next thing, where are we heading now? We're inside of the volume box. Volume has to return, which it will today. We will probably reach somewhere between 48 to 50 in the next day or two. Once it reaches 48 or 50, we're going to exit the volume box and we're going to hit the warning box. And that's for the next video. As you can see, watch the video again and you will realize that what is playing out here has already played out in this time frame. Astro was correct. This pattern is playing itself out again. So I'm going to be giving you some more insight as to what his pattern theory says, the boxes that I've created, and where we at today and what we can expect. Love y'all, and I'll see you in the next video.